Learning to Nishmas Etta Ahuva Basakh Masachas Menachos Perek Hey Mishna Vav. So we said in Mishna Hey that one of the four categories, the ones that need Hagasha, the minchas that need Hagasha but don't need Tenufa, and those were the 5 minchas Nedavas, the minchas Seilas, Machvas Marcheshes, and the Chalas Rikikin, as well as the Minchas Chavitim, which is the mincha that the Kohen brought every day in the morning and night, and a minchas of a chayte of the carbon Elul, the lowest madrega. So that mincha needs Hagasha, but not Tenufa. Now the Mishnah says 4 things, Elul tun and Tenufa, ve'ein tun Hagasha. These 4 need Tenufa, and they don't need Hagasha. Lug shemen shel mitzayra, that the Mitzayr brings on the day that he becomes tired, that the Kohen spritzes from it 7 hazahs connected to Pesach HaHeichel, and afterwards he puts it on the Tnuch and the Bahinis of the Mitzayr of Hashamai. The second thing is Bikurim Kedivre Eliezer and Yaakov. Bikurim, according to Eliezer and Yaakov, needs Tenufa. The Karaneir asks that L'chayra needs more than Hagasha, because the pasuk says V'inachte Lifnei Hashem, you have to put it down in front of Hashem, so that's near the Mizbeach. The third thing is V'imurei Shalmei Yachid V'chaza V'shaik Shalahem, Imurim of a Shlamim and the Chaza V'shaik all need Tenufa. And on this the Mishnah says Echad Anashim V'echad Nashim, whether men or women are bringing a Shlamim, Yisrael avaloi ba'acherim, which the Gemara explains that the men would be the ones that do the tenufa and not the woman. The Sasemes and Rashasha is why don't we teach acherim goyim, because we're mamayit also that goyim can't do the tenufa. The pasuk says b'nei Yisrael manifim, we darshan ina goyim manifim, b'nei Yisrael manifim lo b'nei Yisrael manifis. And normally acherim is referring to goyim, but over here the Gemara says it's referring to Nashim doing the Tenufa. The fourth thing in the Mishnah that needs Tenufa and not Hagasha is the Shtei Alechem V'Shtei Kivsei Atzeres, and we're going to expand on that in Mishnah Zayin. Keitzu Oisa, how do you do Tenufa Noisin Shtei Alechem Agabi Shtei Kvasim? You put the Shtei Alechem on top of the 2 sheep. Uminiach Shtei Yadam Elamata, he puts his 2 hands on the bottom. Meilech Umevi, forwards and then back to him. Mailu Meir, up and down. Shenemar Sherhuna Fasher Huram. Tenufa Haisa b'Mizrach, Hagasha b'Marev. The Tenufa was in the east, and the Hagasha was in the west. Rashi learns that it means that it could also be done in the east. The Tenufa could also be done in the east, and Kol Shekain could be done on the west, because that's closer to the Heichel. The Rambam in Maaseh Karbonos Perek Tes Halacha Vav says that it has to be Dafka in the Mizrach. And the Cheshik Shloimie and Taras HaKodesh say that the Rambam is talking about Tenufa's Bailam. They're not really arguing. The Bailam are not allowed to go between the Ulam and the Mizbeach. So according to that Bailam, when they're doing Tenufa, it has to be on the east. Rashi is saying when the Kohenim do Tenufa, that could be Tenufas that the Kohenim do, that could be done in the west. Now the Mishnah says Tenufa is Koidmeis La Hagashas, that you first do Tenufa before Hagasha. Now, this is a drop confusing, because we're going on the step that needs Tenufa and does not need Hagasha at all. But Rashi explains that this is going on the next words in the Mishnah, the case where you need Tenufa and Hagasha, you do first Tenufa and then Hagasha. What is that case? Minchas Omer, Minchas Kanais is Tenufas, Tun and Tenufa ve Hagasha. And lastly, Lechem Apano, Minchas Nesachim, Loi Tenufa v'le Hagasha, over there's not Tenufa or Hagasha. Mishnah Zayin, Reb Shimon Omer, Reb Shimon says, and the place of Yontif brings from the Rambam, that this is not only Reb Shimon's das, but he's just saying everything that he says is kulam mitim, and there's no chilkim bedavar. And the Teis Yantet explains that which it says Reb Shimon beloshin plukta. We find like that a lot of times. He's mitzayin to what he writes at the end of Maseches Bikurim. So what does he say? He says shloisha minim tunin shloisha mitzvah. He says like a klal over here. There's 3 minim and there's 3 mitzvahs, and shnayim b'chol achas v'achas, 2 of the mitzvahs apply by all 3 of them. Vashlish is same bam, and the 3rd one doesn't apply. The Elohim, these are the 3 minim, the 3 different cases. Zivchei Shalma Yachid, number 1. Zivchei Shalma Tzibah is number 2, and number 3 is Asher Mitzayra. So Zivchei Shalma Yachid applies that while Tunin Smicha Chayim, the Tenufa Shklutim. You need Smicha while the animal's alive, and Tenufa after the animal is shechted. You do Tenufa on the Chazav V'Shaik. Ve'im Behem Tenufa V'Chayim. There's no Tenufa mechayim. Zivchei shalmi tzibur, which is the base kivsei atzeres, is tunin tenufa chayim v'shkutin. There's tenufa both on the animal when it's alive and on the chazav v'shaik after it's dead. And ve'im behem smicha, but there's no smicha. And because there's only smicha by two karbanat tzibur, by the sar mishalech and by par helam davar shel tzibur. That's what the Gemara says on Daf Samach Beis and Beis is Gmiri. We have a Kabbalah Mesinai that there's only shtei smichas be tzibur. The Shita Mekubetzes points out that that which I quoted, that the two are from Rashi, that it's par helam davar shel tzibur and sar mishalech is leidak, because Reb Shimon holds that the par helam davar and the siri avodah zara need smicha. And the third min, the final min, is the Asham Mitzayra, is Tunin Smicha v'Tenufa Chai. You need Smicha and Tenufa while it's alive. And by Tenufa, Shachet, but once it's shechted, there's no Tenufa.